Well, for years, dozens of people trusted a Springboro man with their life savings, but that man was a fraud.
He stole their money. By the time he was caught, he had already taken $70 million. Local 12's Anjanette Levy talked with one of his victims who lost everything. Anjanette.
Yeah, it's a really sad story, Rob. Bill Apostelos, he's going to spend the next 15 years in prison. He's also been ordered to pay back $32 million that he took from 500 investors, but that might not be possible.
He's devastated many people, many lives.
Leah Cruz and her husband thought Bill Apostelos was a reputable securities broker.
I even called other people that he said he had invested. They all gave me raving reviews.
But according to an indictment, Apostelos and his wife Connie ran a $70 million Ponzi scheme. The U.S. attorney says the Apostoloses bought racehorses. Baryshnikov was featured in a story on the Pollock Report after the investigation began. And Apostelos was spending $400 a month on Victoria's Secret lingerie.
Today, William Apostelos got what he deserved, 15 years in federal prison for perpetrating a massive and devastating fraud, the biggest Ponzi scheme in the history of Dayton.
Victims who attended the sentencing hearing at the federal courthouse in Dayton clapped when Apostelos was taken out of the room in handcuffs. But it's not enough for the Cruz family.
He deserves a lot worse than that for what he's done to so many people, I believe.
Connie Apostelos will be sentenced for her role in this scheme next month. Of the $32 million the Apostoloses lost in the scheme, the feds have only been able to recover about $1 million by seizing their assets. An attorney involved in the case was also sentenced for his role in the crime, and that was about 14 months in prison. But it's so sad when you talk to these people who they trust someone, they want a really good return, they're getting it, then they can't get their money, and it's just awful because the woman we interviewed, she said the IRS basically owns her home now.
Sure. And in the end, they always get caught because the pyramid collapses.
They do. There's never enough money
Right.
to keep it going. So, and that's what happens, and then they take the money for themselves. It's awful. So.
Anjanette, thanks very much. Bill Apostelos led his clients to believe he was a registered securities broker. He was not. You can check on the broker's status by calling the Investor Protection Hotline at the number you see there, 1-877-683-7844.